Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 4th episode of the Brighter Shores Completionist series. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you, and I hope all your wishes may come true in 2025. I'd like to say thank you to all viewers and subscribers in the past year. We've managed together to grow towards 100 subscribers, as well as increasing our exposure significantly. I can't wait to see what 2025 will bring for us. If you haven't watched the previous episode, you can click on the cards on the top right to be brought to the entire playlist of the Completionist series. Last episode, we managed to increase our skills and complete the Branov Inheritance quest. This episode, we're going to set foot back in the Hope Forest region. Sit back, grab your favorite snack and drink, and let's get this show on the road. We're going to start this episode off by cooking a lot. So we invested into 201 fine mixed vegetables, which isn't a lot, but we also picked up roughly 100 extra Hope Ward XP potions, so we now have 110, which is not bad at all. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Let's start cooking whilst I edit other videos. I think cooking is the easiest way to go passively towards level 100. Decided to take a small little break and get a couple buckets of rainbow water so we can recolor our gear, as we will be doing some combat but also some skilling in this episode, meaning that I want to look nice, and I've never recolored my gear, so let's take a look and see what we can do. Right, so we've arrived. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that's nice. So each bucket is 10 recolors. That's not bad at all. Right, so it shows a mixture of red and yellow, but it's barely visible, so that's kind of a shame. I thought it would be more, you would be able to see it a lot better, but it's just the outlines, it seems. Nevertheless, it's a nice little addition. But after the quest, make sure to come to the Quartermaster Bank and use the orb on that. We totally forgot to do that, and there we go. That is now expanded. Very nice. Recently, the developers of the game made an adjustment where if you want to buy resources, you can just buy the maximum amount available, which is great. That changes the game a lot. So that makes it a lot easier and also a bit faster, which means that XP rates are going up in the long run. So that's very good. And there's another knowledge point, not significant particularly, but we do get level 52 guard, and that's why I wanted to do this. Reasoning for that is very simple why I wanted level 52 guard. Let's make our way to the Quartermaster and I will show you. For those that have watched the previous episode, they already know. If you haven't, then definitely go back and watch it. We have a level 52 sword, which is much better than the one we have right now. So we're going to equip that. And then immediately sell this sword. And that gives us 1500 copper again, which isn't that much, but it definitely helps. And we now have our best in slot sword, so if we ever need to train guard again, we have no problems with that whatsoever. We can just continue. Very nice to get that done. I will not be continuing, most likely dumping my KPs into guard for now. We still obviously need to do woodcutter, but I'm still editing. And I just calculated if I were to go to level 100 cooking by just AFKing, we would make roughly just under 3 gold. So that's very good. That's a lot of money. We can definitely use that, especially since the level 100 cape is on its own already 1 gold and 290 silver. It's about 4700 or so of the dish that we're currently brewing, and we probably need about 100 XP pots more in order to actually bank everything. Don't want to bore you with too many cooking clips, as I've been editing most of the day, and I noticed that there was a lot of cooking involved, so I'm trying to refrain from using that too much. It's the end of the day for me, so we're gonna set it up to do AFK scout, which is always nice. Need some money. We're up to 1.6 gold, which is very nice, and if we buy all the cooking resources that we can from that, and then obviously buy some XP pots as we go, we should be able to end up with 2.7 gold. And we're up to level 90 right now, and there's still a lot of cooking to do in order to get those final 10 levels. We have been dumping our KPs today into woodcutting, as we need to get that up to, I believe, 45 at some point for a different quest, which is also the reason why I am going to switch over to scout right now. So I'm just going to gear up and then we'll make our way there. Relatively productive AFK session, up to 35 and nearly a half scout, so that's looking really good. I'm gonna do a little bit more editing, still sitting on that 1.6 gold. You might ask yourself, well, how is that possible since you've been doing 3 levels of scout AFK? And the reason is very simple. I bought a wealth potion. So it's really not worth it for me to use those things at these monsters, at least at this time. Maybe in the future, but for now I really don't see how this can be useful to me unless I can get the resources ourselves. Our food bank is completely drained, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to stock up on a lot of XP pots, so I think I'll just start off with that. Right, so random numbers. We can buy 1720 of the fine vegetable stew dishes. That will give us 484k XP when accounting for the 5% XP potion. That will ensure that we get up to 3.1 million total XP, which is just under 97, so we'll be like 6k XP off level 97, so really that's nothing, so might as well buy a couple inventories here and there in order to finish that up. And we'll end up with just under 2.5 gold, 24.94 silver to be exact. When reassessing the situation, obviously since we ran the numbers, I think it's a better idea to dump our KPs into Chef and try to go for that level 100. It is probably a bridge of about 3 levels that we need to cross, but there's still a lot of cooking to do and a lot of KPs to harvest. We might actually be able to do this. Okay. Everyone knows 92 is halfway of 99. Very nice. That's also an AFK activity, so we're probably gonna dump TKP in that first before actually taking more XP. Decent amount of progress today, up to 97. Unfortunately, due to IRL obligations, I haven't been able to play for a couple days, which really doesn't help me in any way, shape or form, as it also means that I am not able to push out content for you guys. We have been doing a lot of combat, and we are up to level, well, almost 39 scouts, so that's very nice. Also, the Christmas event has just dropped, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing an active activity and see if we can get a Christmas hat for ourselves, because there's like 20 and I want them all. And there we go, we just got our first hat. I missed it, but it didn't really interrupt the cooking whatsoever, so that's nice. Let's take a look. Ooh, we got the yellow elf hat. Nice. It looks a little bit ridiculous, but I love it. Oh, amazing. Okay, so that's 1 out of 20, so very nice. Let's keep an eye on that. I don't think we'll get another notification if we get another hat. So we just have to periodically take a look and see if we can get any doubles. If we do, then there's now a quote-unquote trade system, or a very early version of a trade system, where you can just select another player via your community tab, then swap basically the hat by clicking on the name of that player. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this, but nice. That was like the 3rd inventory that we cooked. Hopefully these are a little bit common. And that's the 2nd one, and it's not a duplicate, the purple elf hat. I was just collecting some clips for the Christmas event video, and well, we got level 25, so that's very nice. Just came over here to chop some brambles, and well, that's an easy level. And that is number 3, and it is a different one, so let's actually take a look, because it's a Christmas tree. Not bad at all. Nice. These things seem to be relatively common, as in I've probably processed, well, actually we can take a look at the bank, but I think we processed maybe 200 or so food. Oh, not even, maybe 150. That's very nice. It seems to me that it's relatively likely that you can just finish 20 hats on your own. You'll probably get a lot of duplicates, but if you obviously can trade a couple, then that would definitely make it easier. But it's still very early in the event, as it's 2 days old, so it's unlikely that a lot of people have duplicates and are willing to trade. Hat number 4, which is another new, which is called the Red Christmas Pudding Hat. I like the little bob on top, and that's cooking level 99. We can now pick up our cape. If only. Now 1 more level to go until we obviously get our 2nd cape, but anyone who plays RuneScape or has played RuneScape in the past, you know what level 99 feels like. And there's also our 5th hat, which means that we are 25% of the way towards the collection log for the Christmas event 2024 completion. No duplicates yet, so I'm happy about that, but at the beginning it's always easy, and once you get to like 15 plus, then it becomes hard. So yeah, it'll probably be involved in a lot of trading in order to finish this. End of day for me again, and since we unlocked a new AFK activity for Scout, I definitely want to try out this one. Just east of Timberwell Green, which is pretty nice. If it can get online, I'm wondering what the next 20 hours will actually give us in terms of XP and money. It would be great to hit close to or even hit level 50. 13 hours of AFK at a new method. Let's take a look. 25k XP, that's actually a lot. Oh, most likely gonna push us to 40 when I go to bed, so really not bad at all. We've got roughly 2.6 silver available, so what I'll do is I'll stock back up to 100 of the XP pots initially, and then the rest will go into cooking supplies. I'm wondering how many I can buy actually. Deciding against buying all the supplies that we can, simply because of the fact that we're so close to level 100. Still 1477 mixed vegetables in our possession. Can't complain. We'll definitely get one level 100, and after that we'll stock up on everything that we can. And here we go. Let's spend this knowledge point. And there it is, our first level 100. Now you can wear an adept chef cape. Let's immediately go pick this up, guys. And there it is. I'll gladly pay that money. And there we go, our level 100 cape. It looks a lot nicer than the level 51. This is amazing. Nice. Happy that we actually got this. The next KP, I will unlock the AFK activity for woodcutting. And then I'll just spend my KPs as I see fit. I'm going to spend the remainder 131 silver in order to maximize supplies that we have, and then just reset as much as we can. So we're up to 8 of the hats already, and we have our first double being the red Christmas pudding hat. Now I'm going to try and see if someone wants to trade me. Notice that people seem to be trading over here in order to get the ones they want. And there we go, we found someone. Then click swap Christmas hats. Yes, I'm sure. And there we go, we got the red Santa, which is also my favorite. Now we got our favorite Santa hat. Haha, amazing. So that puts us at 9 out of 20. Very nice, almost halfway there. Bit more AFK and already level 40 Scout. Very, very nice. It's gonna be a problem when we actually have to go for our gear, because we'll have to fight monsters which are way weaker than us. Whoa, we're halfway there. 10 out of 20 heads. This cooking strategy is really working out. And there we go, that's another swap completed. And there we go, that should be another swap. Yeah, amazing. Thanks, Darth Flatnack. You the man. And that is 15 hats, which equates to 75% completion of the holiday event, as well as all the elf hats completed. Very, very happy about that. We also picked up another Santa hat. So yeah, really cannot complain. It seems the Santas and the Christmas trees will most likely be the ones that we finish. And with this trade, it should be in order. There we go. That is all the Santa hats all the hats completed. That went really fast, given the fact that there's 20 hats. I think that I traded probably 25%, so let's say 5 because of dupes. Say that maybe between 10 to 15 hours of cooking in general in total in order to finish everything off. Obviously, you need to be a little bit lucky with trades, because oftentimes you really have to be on your toes. And sometimes when you want to trade with someone else just comes in and hijacks your trade. So gotta keep an eye out on that. And this is a very significant point in our cooking journey, being level 120. Let's cancel this out. Now, 120 doesn't signify any cape or whatever, but we can now prepare the tasty vegetable stew, which increases our XP by like 3-fold. It will bring down the GP per hour a little bit, but that's alright. Now, I anticipated that I needed a lot more, so unfortunately I still have 868 of the fine mixed vegetables left over. I think I'm gonna sell those back at the store and then just run the new resource over. That way we can just basically swap them and make a little bit of money back. We're obviously in a very good position as we're sitting on 3 gold plus, but nevertheless I don't want to leave these in just to have them in the bank. It's gonna be a waste. Ended up with 2300 of the tasty mixed vegetables for level 120, which is pretty nice. We also upped our XP potions and we're completely out of money, but that's fine. Still got a lot of things to do, so this is probably gonna work out pretty well, I want to say. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is level 126 chef. We're almost max. So for those of you who don't know, in RuneScape and old school RuneScape, level 126 is the highest level you can get, which is just under 200 million XP, which is the XP cap in those games. Obviously, we still have a long way to go, but this is perfect. Also, I've tested out these dishes that I'm currently making, and they seem to be just under 20k XP per inventory, which is really nice given the fact that it's super AFK and very easy to manage. So yeah, definitely something I'm very happy with. We will transition into a different dish once we actually get to 144, I believe. Yeah, there we go, the tasty omelet. We will switch to to that one. So those of you who have been paying attention notice that we've still been doing AFK Scout, and that accumulated into us reaching level 50 Scout, which is really nice because we basically just got level 50 for free by just AFKing, and it really shows how powerful this AFK possibility is. We have enough money, so I'm just gonna pick up the cape. We obviously need to do a lot more scout once we're actually done with woodcutting, as our gear is way too weak for the things that we need to do, as I do believe that for the quest Forgotten Things we need to get level 55. Well, we're rocking level 22, level 18, level 16 gear, so yeah, that's not really gonna work out. It is very nice, however, that we have the epic feat for level 18, that really helps. And we have a level 22 epic spike, which is most likely going to carry us much further than we actually need to go. But still very nice. Let's pick up the cape. And here we are. Let's take a look. The scout cape for 504 silver. Easy. We won't even feel that. And let's wear it. Actually, not too bad. Okay, I like it. Let's wear this for a while. And I'd figure we also change a little bit the way we look, as we're really going for that bot look from old school RuneScape, just because it's fun. I have that on OSRS as well across the account, so might as well. Unfortunately, there's not really a beard that I like a lot, so we'll just leave it at this. And I think we will go back to being bald, actually. There we go. And let's confirm. Only 1 silver. We've been working at this for a while now. And there we go. That is going to be a level 144 cooking, which is not very significant except for the fact that we can now do the tasty omelet. And that is also going to be the dish that I'm going to switch to. It is a little less GP per XP, so we'll make a little bit less money per hour. However, our XP will increase by roughly 25%. That's also going to be the end for cooking for right now. I'm going to start woodcutting, as I've been editing videos for a while now, and I think that we should definitely start working on the chop. I will finish off the remaining 84 or so mixed vegetables that I have, just to clear the bank and maximize our GP. That's the last of the tasty vegetable stew that I had banked. Let's quickly sell this. 6 gold and 420 silver. Very nice. Also, the hat collection has been growing significantly, I want to say, by just AFKing this. I noticed that we didn't have the 2-person saw yet, so let's quickly buy this, even though I'm the only person in all of my friends who plays this game. But nevertheless, if one of you guys wants to do a woodcutting, let me know in the comments. I'm definitely up for that. As we're mainly going to be using the hatchet in order for us to reach the woodcutting level that we need. I think it's a good idea to upgrade the hatchet a couple of times. We have more than enough money to be able to say, okay, you know what, this is worth it. So yeah, let's upgrade it a couple times. Right, that is 13 upgrades, which gives us 5.2% extra, which is nice. I'm also gonna stop here, because we just spent 3 gold and 685 silver in total to get to this level. 2 gold and 670 silver, that's more than enough to keep us on our feet, and we can always reset and do a little bit more cooking or whatever method available to us in order to make money. Really can't complain, and I think this is a very good investment as it is permanent, and we will do a lot of chopping with the hatchet. And here we are for our first chopping location. We are at the Stump Clearing, which is a little bit to the north of the Hope Port Central Portal Stone. There is 3 trees in this area, and there is 1 in the Stump Path. And yes, I am aware that this is the oak tree, and they do not require the hatchet but the saw. However, we only need to get 2 levels done, so we'll be easily fine. The nice thing about this area is that there is a storage rift just to the west of it, so we can easily make a little bit of money back. It's obviously not going to be a lot, but still very nice to make use of that. I dumped all my KPs initially into cooking while I was doing that AFK, as that will just speed up my leveling process, since I slowly want to start thinking about getting the 200k. For now, I will switch over back to the active skill that I'm doing, which in this case obviously is woodcutting. So that's where the KPs are going. And here we go, level 27, which is a breakpoint, as we will move over. Oh, wait, actually one more. As we will move over to the next logs, which is the rugged pine trees. This is where our axe will also come into play, so that's very nice. With that being said, I did switch over to the brambles and the swave logs simply because of the fact that you're spending more time running to capture the oak log than effectively getting XP. So I figured this would be a much better idea. And here we are in the first area. This is the area where you would start the Spider's Nest quest, being Cliffside Path. And to the south there's another single tree. With that being said, it is actually effectively a 5+1, as this one is just up top and we're not going to be able to do that. Also, it's kind of odd that the Titan Spider is back. Not sure why that would be the case, as we've completed the quest, but nevertheless. Let's jump right in and see how this is going to go. Let's take a look at the first chop. 184 XP, that is very nice. They recently released an update which made it possible for us to now drop all logs instantly. And that helps a lot when dropping items, as it does interrupt your running around. So if you want to go from node A to node B, it would actually stop you in your tracks. And now we can just drop everything at once, which just makes everything a whole lot better and a whole lot faster in terms of XP. To optimize your route and increase XP per hour, just chop the 5 trees which are in this main area. By the time you finish the last one up on the hill here on the right, the first one is about to respawn, so you don't have to go and take out these two if you don't want to. Had to do a little bit of AFK, so I decided to do some chop AFK and see 10k XP. Very nice. That finishes off level 30. I believe, yep, that's another AFK method unlocked, so the next knowledge point will definitely be dumped into that. Let's make our way back to where we were here on the cliffside path and let's continue chopping. Had to AFK for roughly 40 hours. Due to IRL obligations, my daughter got very sick, so obviously that takes priority. And there we go, that's already level 35, that is great. That actually unlocks us the new method, which is the hickory tree, the rugged one. And we can buy a new axe, so let's quickly make work of that. Let's trade him and buy the new axe for... what was it, 190 silver? Yep, and there we go. Very nice. That is a good upgrade for our tool. There's 6 hickory trees divided over 2 small areas, which is relatively great. Better than the previous tree that we cut, as they're a little bit closer and don't have to walk that far for them. This is the Secluded Junction as well as the Lucius Glade. Definitely a good strategy to come over here and chop. If you want to, you could choose to bank them, as there is a storage rift up to the north. So let's try that out and see if that actually works out or not. I usually prefer to drop all the logs that I can, but obviously we also have to do a lot of carpentry in the future, which means that it might not be a bad idea to bank a couple left and right in order to press down the cost a little bit. Obviously we haven't unlocked Chronopolis and we haven't done anything in Mines of Manchuban yet, and I know that there are pretty good money makers divided there. It might not be worth it to do this, but nevertheless maintaining the Iron Man strategy is not always a bad idea. Accidentally already claimed it, but there we go. That's the KP for the AFK method. Coarse popular branches. Progress is good. These hickory trees are very fast. They give a lot of XP, and the cycle is very short, meaning that we can rack up XP very fast. We need to be here until level 40, and then we can chop the brambles again. And that's another knowledge point for the coarse yew branches, which is another AFK method we'll definitely use in like half an hour to 45 minutes, as I have to go to work. But we're almost out of XP pots, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bank these and then buy a lot. So let's take a look at the XP Hope Forest. Quite expensive, but let's buy 200 in total. Of course, it's up to 200, I want to say. That'll last us a while. We're still sitting at 2.1 gold, so we're definitely more than fine in terms of money, and I think it's a good investment. We only have to go for level 45 woodcutting, I believe. I'll probably use them in the future, and it's likely that we'll probably use half in order to even get to level 45 chop. And there we go, that is level 40 chop. Very nice. Which means that we can now chop the overgrown brambles. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be something for tomorrow, as I have to go to work in a little bit. It's nearly Christmas, but still gotta work. 188 XP pots, so not bad at all. And the banking here is very good. Very good, because it's so close. I've also taken a look at other methods, as I would like to put together a woodcutting guide at some point. I am going to set us up for AFK, and then it's time for me to go to work. I do want to take a look at the lumber bank and see what we have actually banked. There we go, 417 logs. That's going to be nice. Even though it's a lot lower level than obviously what we can do for our carpenter, it will give us some XP, which is nice, and it's always money just stored, which is pretty good. Before we actually go on AFK, I want to enchant my tree loppers a couple times, as that will increase the XP that we are going to get when we AFK. Since I have to AFK probably 20 hours, I think it's in my best interest to spend a little bit of money on this. It's not that expensive, so I think we'll push for like 5 levels or so. And here we are for our AFK method. We're just gonna lop these U branches. We managed to push up to level 6 tree loppers, which gives us a 2.4% XP boost. And that cost us 743 silver, which leaves us with 1.4 gold. I think it's a good investment, as we're close to actually getting to our goal, which is 45 woodcutter. And then we have to do some scout in order to get to level 55 and also upgrade our gear. So we're gonna close to a point where we're gonna get a lot of money again. Let's AFK. I'm really interested to see how much we'll end up with tomorrow. Let's take a look. 22 hours. See how this works out. 47.6k. Oh my god, look at that. That's very, very nice. And the inventory is also quite filled, I imagine. Oh yes, it is. Nice. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell these, as these are a lot lower level, I believe. So yeah, it's actually level 38, so it's a 1-to-1. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna teleport to the Carpenter's Workshop and then just sell them. Gwen's Lumber, not the Carpenter's Workshop. And we're gonna get 46 silver from that, so all in all, not too bad. I'm really happy about that. Since we passed level 40, we are now allowed to cut the overgrown brambles, actually. So let's make our way to that location, which is relatively close to the teleport spot. And then we can start chopping all the way until level 45. Nice. So here we are in the shortcut area. There is 8 brambles here and then the swave tree. You chop everything. The swave tree, you just drop those at some point. The only reason to chop the swave tree is to have 0 downtime. So let's jump right in and see how much XP we can get. So I've ran the numbers on this new method, the overgrown brambles and the level 14 swave tree. And it seems like when accounting for dropping and some mistakes left and right, this method is between 80 and 85k on the high-end XP per hour. Obviously, I'm dropping this wave, so yeah, it's not efficient and it's very little money. So because there is just constant XP and no running around, basically, I'm wondering if this method is actually going to be better than the level 45 rugged juniper log. I know of a couple of locations of the juniper log, but what I will do is once we actually unlock it, is I might run a couple cycles to just verify that this method is actually better or not. Because it seems to me that it is. I know it was very close with the rugged pine log. That was very close with the level 20 method, so it's likely. Unfortunately, I just missed it, but there we go. That is level 45 chop chop. We can now chop juniper trees, and that is also the goal that we needed for the Forgotten Things quest. Right, so now that woodcutting is done, we can actually take a look at Scout and try to get our gear to a higher level, as that is relatively low, as you can see right here. Obviously, our weapon is a epic level 22, which is gonna carry us a very long time, as we noticed that in one of the previous episodes for the guard profession. The only problem is that I AFK'd this so much that it's I'm unsure which monster to actually kill. So I think I'm just gonna try my hand at these outlaws, the mean ones, and see what happens. They are unlocked at level 28 and can drop gear until level 47. So if I can get a couple armor pieces here, that would be great. Seems like I can kill these relatively easy because we AFK'd it so much. Our health is a lot higher than the opponent. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And there we go. That's already a very nice helmet, but it's actually worse than what we got. So yeah, we'll try to get our hands on something good, and I'll update you accordingly. There we go. The first upgrade. Also Cryonate. Very nice. It's a ranged weapon, so we'll definitely take it. No gear whatsoever. Obviously, I just noticed that most of our gear is purple, which means that even though it's only between level 16 and level 22, it will still outperform gear that we are receiving, which is level 43 and stuff like that. So our current gear isn't as bad as I initially thought, honestly. Well, not even 2 minutes later, another upgrade. No Cryonate, but a lot more strength, so we'll definitely take that. Would you look at that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, that's a lot better. Nice. Hopefully we can get that for the other 3 slots too. Let's get this going. This is exactly what we need. And that's a better shield too. Very nice. This is an upgrade, which we're not going to use right now, but still. Another shield upgrade. Very, very nice. Also need to clean out our inventory for the second time. So let's deposit all back. We're full. So we'll have to reset in a little bit. Obviously, we still have a lot of the tad apples, and we can dump that easily at the storage rift here in Huntsman's Path. Let's add this knowledge point to woodcutting, and I think this is an upgrade. Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, so now we got a better plate. So realistically, all we need to upgrade are the hands and the legs in order for us to have a decent level gear. Right, it's about time for me to head to work, so we're just gonna reset and sell everything that we've gotten in this short second trip. Secondly, what I want to do is I want to test out how close we actually are to beating the boss for the quest Forgotten Thing. And what I want to do is I want to try and kill a goblin of level 63. Which is unlocked at level 47. Let's see if we can kill one. So if we can actually kill this goblin, that would mean that we are relatively, if not very close, to actually being able to kill the boss for the quest, which is very nice. Then tomorrow it's very likely that I'll do the quest and actually finish it. And that is a no. That is too close for comfort. And here we are. We are going to choose the ash tree just outside of Gwen's Lumber, which is our sell point here in Timberwall Green. Let's AFK for roughly another 20 hours, I think. Hopefully a little bit less, as if I can get up a little bit early. Another 21 hours of AFK. Let's take a look. Oh, nearly 49k AFK XP. Look at that. Amazing. Oh, only a level until the next unlock. Well, 3/4 of a level, so not bad at all. Let's go inside here and sell everything for another 47 silver. Nice. On second thought, I would like to try the shades, which are just east of this area. They are level 58, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can actually survive this without too many health potions. They have a little bit more health than us, so it's all a question of whether or not we can do enough DPS. The question is yes, but we do require health potion every kill. Well, would you look at that, second kill and we already got an upgrade. The hands are now the only slot that we have left, so that's what we're currently going to hunt for and see if we can actually get that relatively quickly. Outlaws, they gave us all of our equipment very, very fast, so hopefully it can happen here too. Better shield, which is significantly better. Well, would you look at that, that's a significant upgrade. Same level, but the stats are much better. Well, here are some plate legs, but obviously, or unfortunately I should say, they are worse. So, yeah, still have to stick through. Purple, level 58, so we need half a level in order to use them, but let's take a look at the stats. 104, 83, and 5. That's significantly better. Yes sir, let's go. New gauntlets. Very nice. Nice. Well, that couldn't come at a better time. And there we go. That's only a couple seconds after the clip and we have unlocked a new monster. But let's take a look. So this weapon is worse. This weapon is also worse. This obviously is a lot better. It's better in some stats, but not all. And we need the necromancy for the new boss. So let's take a look at this one. So I think the plate body is just something we'll have to stick with. Oh, okay, great. You're gonna attack me. Well, thank you, Mr. Shade. Couldn't you just wait until I was done? I'm looking at my new toys, man. Come on. Yep, that's all the upgrades that we can do. So all in all, I'm really not complaining. We got a lot of gear relatively quickly for the amount of hours that we dumped in, which was not a lot, honestly. So now I'm just gonna sell everything as I have no further use for any of these items. And I will also clear my quartermaster tab and then we'll start preparing for the boss. There we go. That's 102 pots. Let's actually buy 8 more. So 100 pots in our inventory, which is nice once we actually have to do combat, and we will have to do a lot more combat relatively soon, I'm guessing, with the plans that I have. And then obviously we also have 20 pots equipped, so yeah, very nice. We are going to start this quest now. I'm interested in it, and I'm also very, very motivated to complete this one, as it seems to be the last one in the second region. So let's dive right in. I can't wait to complete this. Okay. Well, that was a relatively easy quest. As per usual, I overestimate the NPCs, but really they are not a problem whatsoever. All the quests for the second region are now complete, and we now also have a new teleport spell unlocked, being Hope Forest North, which is always nice. I'm sure that'll help us in the long run with moving around as well as with skilling. With that being said, if we take a look at the map, there's still some areas that I haven't unlocked yet or haven't visited. So what I want to do to completely finish off episode 2 is to ensure that we just unlock everything that we can, visit everywhere once, and that way we'll have the entire map unlocked. A little bit of Completionist. Here in the North Bead Bog, there are Dark Leaves, which are level 135, to the Canopy Junction, where we can find some oak trees, and we can also head west towards Canopy Lane, where there is a rotting log, as well as an oak tree. Next up at the Twisted Road, there is another section that we haven't unlocked yet, which is the Gnawed Path, where we can find some level 30 Femur Shard, a Swave Tree, as well as the Wolf's Den, where there are some Grey Wolves, which is an AFK, or level 55 AFK activity. And then finally, the Very South Shore for some level 143 Sages, as well as 3 Juniper Trees, and more Juniper Trees and more Sages. That's a lot of Juniper Trees, actually. This might be a good location to train. Very nice. And that is the entire map unlocked. Now, if you take a look at our skills, we're basically haven't traded any gatherers so far in this series. I'm not sure if I want to do that right now. What I do want to do is finish off level 50 Woodcutter, because I like that cape. And it's not at level 50, so let's quickly have at it. We're at the Pool of Rainbows, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to chop them here. There's 5 juniper trees here, but the main advantage is that there's a storage rift here. So, and there we go. That's a new AFK activity. Here we go. If all goes well, this should be it. Yes, let's go. Level 50 Woodcutter. And that's also another AFK activity, so we'll definitely dump our next KP into that, as Hannah will be happy if we can help her with her logs. And here we are. Let's unequip the scout cape. Let's dump that in. There we go, Woodcutter. Gimme. Boy, I can't wait for this one. Oh, look at that. Amazing, amazing. I definitely want to build this cape much further. It looks so incredibly nice. And I'm happy that we also spent some money into upgrading our tree loppers, as that really helped us out. I also think that's going to be a great moment to end off this episode. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, then consider pressing like and or subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.